This week on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank. So many games, so little time. We'll have basketball with Monroe Catholic and James Logan, girls hoops with Bishop O'Dowd and Salesian, and volleyball with Kemp Belindo and Monte Vista.
Lots of baseball and softball, including the Bruce Mahoney game with Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius, Pinole Valley battles Albany, and soccer with Pioneer and Lee. Plus, the St. Francis Star playing baseball and football in the same day. 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week with springtime basketball as two of the Bay Area's top teams met this week. The Salesian Pride, featuring San Diego State-bound senior DeMarshe Johnson Jr., taking on De La Salle this week.
Yeah, and the Spartans opening their season with a win last week behind some really balanced scoring on offense. De La Salle hosting Salesian on Tuesday night. Joe Bullman-Anders introduced with his De La Salle Spartans as they take on Salesian. Opening tip, DeMarshe Johnson Jr. over to Jeremiah Jones to Austin Johnson to DeMarshe. Just how Coach Bill Mellish drew it up, 2-0 Pride. But the Spartans answer right back in the corner from Miles Daniels, and this one would be tight all night long. Defensive board here for DeMarshe, a nice outlet to Jones, who flies to the rim and one. It's a 4-point Salesian lead. More Pride, and Dante Sawyer would have a big game for Salesian. Dante getting 3 here. The Spartans now with an inbounds play goes to Christian Carter, who banks it in and one, and the Spartans cut the lead to 2. Then this guy gets hot. Joe Bullman-Anders with the first of his 3 first-half three-pointers to spark the Spartans. It's 18 all. Second quarter, here's DeMarshe working down low. Reverse dunk! Shea was a force all night long. Late second quarter now, and De La Salle takes the lead. Carter in the corner. He nails the 3, and it's 28-27 Spartans. But Sawyer answers back with 3 of his own. Sawyer leading all scorers with 19 points. Third quarter now, the Spartans take a 4-point lead. Miles Daniels diving in, dishing to Carter for another 3, but the Pride takes off from there. Jones over to Sawyer, and Dante was an inferno, nailing another 3, his third of the night. It's a 1-point game. The shot is off here, but there to tap it home is DeMarshe to give Salesian the lead. In the fourth, Shea with the steal. Are you feeling lucky? Shea passes up ahead to Lucky Hampton, who scoops it home, 41-38 Salesian. Later in the fourth, inside to DeMarshe, who puts the exclamation point on this one as Salesian pulls away at the end to win by 7. Sawyer with 19 points in the game. DeMarshe with 15 for the victorious Salesian Pride.
An exciting early season matchup between Bishop O'Dowd and Salesian. The Dragons' Kennedy Johnson sidesteps and pulls up for the short-range jumper. O'Dowd with the hot start. Alanis Brewer now to Savannah Jones in the corner. She passes to Emma Mathai, who throws it up and knocks it down. Dragons go up 12-2 to start it off. Makaya Asidanya finds Alexandra Alvarado beyond the arc, and the senior lands a triple as the Pride start to heat up. Georgia Porneris picks it clean and makes her way to the rack. The Pride score 12 unanswered points to take the first lead with 6 minutes to go in the half. The Dragons now playing catch-up. Johnson feeds Amaya Bonner at the elbow to put 3 on the board for the Dragons, but the Pride would take the 26-18 lead into the half. Sophia Fidelis, the lateral jumper, a tough shot there. Salesian extends its lead in the third quarter. Alvarado sees Nevaeh Asi hanging in the corner. Heaven. Sylvia Fanangaloa was doing the most for the Pride. Via lands the long shot. Refs only give her 2 points for that shot, but she still finished with a double-double. The Pride extend the lead to as many as 21, but the Dragons close a lot of that gap in the fourth. Tyra Hamilton there with the 3-pointer, but the Pride hang on. The captain, Alex Alvarado, driving to the rim, banking the shot for her last of her team-high 12 points as the Salesian Pride go to 2-0 on the season.
Adrian Soriano here in Palo Alto as the Vikings face Los Altos. Pally looking to get on the board first, but Los Altos goes Nick Tang to Stuart Cash to John O'Sullivan for the double play. No score after 1. Top 3, and the pitch gets away. That allows Colby Cook to score from third, and it's 1-0 Eagles. But the Vikings answer back in the bottom half. Henry Bolt drills one to left field. That one rolls all the way to the fence, as both Xavier Esquer and Xander Darby scores, 2-1 Palo Alto. Then it's Tommy Hall grounding one to short. Ritter Armsbaugh beats a throw at second as Bolt comes in to score, and it's 3-1 Pally after 3. Fourth inning, and Bolt hits it deep to left field. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Henry Bolt, and it's 5-1 Vikings after 4. The Eagles get a run back on a wild pitch. Then Nick Tang hits one to second. Palo Alto gets the lead runner for the out, but Cook comes in to score. 5-3 Pally. Palo Alto answers back in the bottom half. Armsbaugh lays down a perfect butt as Dante Black slides in safely at the plate. 6-3 Palo Alto. Then it's Bowman Wingard hitting this ball to deep left center. That one falls for a double as Armsbaugh comes in to score. 7-3 Vikes after 6. Los Altos trying to rally in the 7th, but Zach Hayward lays out to make a spectacular catch to end the game as Palo Alto wins it 7-3 to go to 7-2 on the season.
Santa Clara hosting Palo Alto Friday afternoon. Top of the third, Vikings trail 1-0 when Victoria Saladre smacks one down the third baseline. Hannah Foster and Haleen Stitt score to make it 2-1. But the Bruins flip it back around the next inning. Abigail Cluhold smokes one to straightaway center, and it's going to roll for a while. Sadie Rio scores. Nicole Salas scores from first. 3-2 Santa Clara. Top of the fourth, one runner on for Mia Makino. She hits a towering ball to left, and that's over the fielder's head. Leticia Seeger scores, and Makino scores standing up for the inside the park home run. Pally would bust it open in the 5th. Foster tomahawks the ball in shallow left, scoring Seeger. Pally scores 6 times in the inning to make it 10-4, and they add on again in the 6th. Suk Sahota sends a ball deep to left, and it rolls. Madhu Ramkumar scores. Sahota scores another inside the park home run to make it 12-4 Vikings. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Adriana Reyes wallops the ball to center, and when it gets past the outfield, that is trouble. Adri touches them all, and that gives her team its 5th run, but Pally gets the dub. Lauren Chung gobbles up the ground ball, throws to Saladre for the final out. Chung played a solid defensive game at short en route to Pally's 13-5 victory. Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Reka Center.
Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Yeah, your Players of the Week. Rikers Center. Up first, let's go. Cupertino, it's a heat ya. Krishna Murphy, she'll beat ya with mirth till you wish for mercy. Her grit's upworthy, her digs as earthy as a worm that gets up early and flips the birdie. Her striking feels like rifling drills. Highly skilled with 19 kills and 2 match points in a 3-0 sweep. She'll be playing D1 for the Northeastern Huskies.
Her hitting and pitching have no failure or weakness. It's Livermore phenomenon, Taylor Rodriguez. She makes it tough on anyone who's standing in the batter's box, dotting up the strike zone like she's drawing up scatter blocks. With 7 punch-outs, foothill hitters were buckled. And at the plate, she hit a walk-off 2-run double to grab a Livermore victory, an emotional effort as Taylor vaulted her squad to an 11-0 record. Those are your Players of the Week. Ramen Jamal and Bennett Raw, rocking on the beat. And shout out to D. LeBrie and Trigger D.
49ers Prep and U.S. Bank award the Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week Award every week.
This week, we present the Coach of the Year for football. The 49ers have chosen Skyline head coach Joe Bates. The Skyline Titans are 3-1 on the season, going into Friday's league championship game against the McClymonds Warriors. Coach Bates returned to his alma mater in 2015, where he has served as head coach for the Titans. Joe doing great work on the field and in his community. Coach Bates will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation for his accomplishments. Congratulations to Coach Joe Bates, this year's 49ers Prep presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Coach of the Year. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week.
This week featuring the Spirit Squad from St. Patrick, St. Vincent. Coming up, it's the NCS Monster Game, the softball showdown with Pinole Valley and Albany.
And West Catholic League girls softball with Mitty and St. Francis. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
This is the gap that opened up when everything shut down. But entrepreneurs never stopped and found solutions that kept them going. At U.S. Bank, we can help you adapt and evolve your business, no matter what you're facing. Because when you close the gap, a world of possibility opens. U.S. Bank, we'll get there together.
One, two, three.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
Go to SB Live California as your destination for the very best in local high school sports coverage online. SB Live brings sports fans exclusive articles, highlights, coaches, polls, and photo galleries. Get the SB Live app for the latest scores from games played all around the Bay Area and California. This season, SB Live brings you exclusive content in partnership with 49ers Cal High Sports. Follow us at SB Live CA on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. SB Live, the Bay Area's first destination for the latest in high school sports.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. By Wingstop, order Wingstop's new all-in bundle, just $19.99. See wingstop.com for restrictions and details. And by Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact.
We are back with this week's NCS Monster Game. The Pinole Valley softball team hits like crazy. The girls batting .354 as a team.
The Spartans putting their 8-0 league record on the line against 6-1 Albany. It's our NCS Monster Game. Our Allie Williams was there.
Monster game. Yeah.
We're at Albany High School for a Tuesday afternoon matchup between the Cougars and the Pinole Valley Spartans. The visiting Spartans are a perfect 8-0 in league and just ahead of the Cougars in the Tri-County Rock standings. Both teams boast young talent. For Albany, junior shortstop Maggie Polovich has a sparkling .607 batting average, and she's speedy on the base paths with 9 steals so far. The Spartans send Kailani Tatro to the mound today. The sophomore has pitched every inning of every game except one and is 11-4 with 146 strikeouts. It's Cougars versus Spartans, and it's our NCS Monster Game. Fun matchup in Albany, and we waste no time getting to the action. First batter of the game, Anissa Brewer smokes the ball out to the center field fence. It hangs long enough for Brewer to get to third. Brianna Swihart follows Brewer and does her job. Hits it high to deep left center. It ends up in a glove, but Anissa Brewer scores on the sac fly, and Spartans are on the board. Bottom of the first, Ava Klein smacks one to shallow center. It will drop. Klein gets on and advances to third when Gianna Owens reaches base. Then Genevieve Hallinan comes through with the shot to score Klein, and we're tied at 1. But not for long. Top second, 2-1 for Anissa Brewer, and she ropes it to center. That scores Tatiana Perez and Yvette Bennett. Pinole back on top. Same inning, Spartans have another chance. Brianna Swihart hits to left, but the relay hits home, and Alara Mickenfelder brings her glove down and gets the helmet tag to save a run. Pinole Valley leads 3-1 and the score stays until the top of the 5th. Brianna Swihart shoots it through the infield to get on. Kailani Tatro follows her with a rocket double to the fence to advance Swihart to third. Courtesy runners will come in for them both, and Yvette Bennett swings and sends one down the first base line. Both runs score, and the Spartans have a 5-1 lead. Another chance for Pinole, grounder to second. Albany tries to get the double play, but the throw at first is off. But the runner takes a turn and tries to get back, but Alara Mickenfelder backs up the throw and dives to get the tag down. End of the inning, and in the bottom of the 6th, runners on the corners from Maggie Polovich. The grounder goes to short, and this is why you hustle. Polovich beats the throw, and Cougars score, but the Pinole Valley Spartans win 5-2. Sophomore phenom Kailani Tatro talks about her goals for the rest of a stellar season.
I hope we just keep showing up the way we've been showing up. It's really fun. We have a really good team. We have a lot of fun. We play good together. It's just, we all have a good bond.
In Albany with the Monster Game, I'm Allie Williams, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Midi Monarchs looking to hand St. Francis its first loss of the season, while the Lancers looking to do the same to Midi. Starting these highlights off with a bang. Elong Butler, a 2-run bomb to center. The Cal Berkeley commit puts her team up 2-0. Top of the 2nd, Alexis O'Gorman with the bases juiced chops it to short. Butler gets the out at second. Lindsay Allard scores. The Lancers score twice in the inning to tie it up. St. Francis would go on top the next inning. Jasmine Shao slaps a base hit to left, scoring Claire Turner to give St. Francis the 3-2 lead. But not for long. Bottom of the 3rd, Lindsay Miller with the bases empty. A towering ball to left. Gone. Miller is hyped as she ties this game up at 3. St. Francis knocking on the door with 2 runners on. Jamie Hicks catches the scorching line drive at 3rd. A great play there for the junior. Go-ahead run at 2nd. Ella Milante, base hit. Midi left fielder Alyssa Oniyagwa throws out the runner at home, and we stay tied at 3 heading into the top of the 7th. Allard grounds one through the left side to put a runner on with 2 outs. Shao smokes one into the gap, and it is past everyone. Speedy Hannah Cushing races around from first. The rally caps never, ever, ever fail. Always rely on the rally caps. A stand-up double and 2 RBIs on the day for Shao. The Lancers score one more for insurance. Kennedy Atkinson drops one in right, scoring Jasmine. Midi needs 2 to tie it up in the bottom of the 7th, but Jessica Oakland catches the line drive for the final out. The Lancers pull off the 5-3 win over Midi. Always an exciting game between these two teams.
Soccer action now with the Midi Monarchs taking on the Presentation Panthers, opening game of the West Catholic League. Here in the first, Emma Vane passes it over to Genevieve Ordonez, who takes the shot, but Annika Rios is there with the diving save. Still score the second half action. Emma Vane attacking the goal, getting the ball over to Katie Murphy, who takes the shot, but Rios again with a big save, and we stay scoreless. Later in the second, Sofia Alagimento centers it to Andrea Di Vittorio, who chips it home. And that's the first goal of the game. Midi up 1-0. Same score later on in the second half. Sydney De La Cruz with the ball, taking the free kick. It's blocked by Rios, but the ball is loose, and Andrea Di Vittorio is there once again to knock it home. Andrea with both of the Midi goals in the game as the Monarchs go on to win it 2-0 to open league play. Valley Health Plan and the San Jose Earthquakes bring us the soccer players of the week each week.
This week's girls soccer player of the week is Emma De La Cruz. Emma had the lone goal for her Los Lomas team in the Knights' big win last week. The boys soccer player of the week is Lynn Brooks. Trevor Knotts, the senior, scored one of the team's 2 goals last week against Saratoga on his senior night. Albany's Construction is the leader in construction for major projects all across the state.
Each week, Albany's brings us the dirty work play. Doing the dirty work this week has to be Jacob Craig from Clayton Valley, rushing in and making the diving catch and a big slide in the dirt. Jacob Craig doing the dirty work just like Albany's Construction.
CalHope is working to make it easier for teens to battle through the emotional stress of the pandemic.
Here's this week's CalHope mental health tip.
The best call against the pandemic is to wear a mask or face shield in public. You can play a role in stopping the spread by following the guidelines for social distancing and washing your hands often. We're all on the team to stop COVID-19. You can make a difference.
Coming up, East Bay League Baseball with California traveling to Doherty Valley.
And the St. Francis star athlete and how he played 2 major sports in the same day. Our U.S. Bank Inspirational athlete is next.
People always ask me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHOPE. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. CalHOPE, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Since 1974, there's been just one goal. One thing we work for. The pursuit binds us together and pushes us forward. One family with one mission. To win for this city. Vamos, San Jose.
Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the food you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
We're St. Francis, and you're watching Cal High Sports!
We are back with baseball action from the East Bay League. Teams playing 3-game series against each other each week this season. The Cal Grizzlies started this week with an 11-2 record. Pranav Sundar leading the Cal hitting attack with a .400 average with 16 hits.
Doherty Valley is led by senior Tyler Durant, who also has 16 hits this season. The San Ramon Rivals playing the last of the 3-game series Friday afternoon.
Best job in baseball, you get to drive the golf cart? I'm jealous. Bases loaded for Cal in the first as Nick Hughes lines it sharply to center, and when it gets past the fielder, everyone's running. One run is in, that's Raul Fabian. Here comes Aiden Camberg, and Cal has a 2-0 lead. Top 2 bases loaded for Kyle Olympia, and the senior does his job, sending a fly ball to center. Advancing to third is Camberg, scoring is Fabian, 3-0 Grizzlies. This is outstanding southpaw Nick Bronzini. The Arizona commit gets one of his 11 strikeouts in the game right there. Pay attention here. The ball is grounded to Bronzini, who tosses to the plate. The runner is tagged out by Zach Rodman, who throws to first as the runner wanders there. Then breaking from third is Dylan Finelli, who scores before the runner at first is tagged out to end the inning. 3-1 Cal after 3. Got that? Cal with the runner on in the fourth, but the Wildcats go Luca Bevilacqua to Austin Spears to Tyler Durant, a crisp double play. Doherty Valley just 2 hits in the game. This is their starter, Ethan Sue, muscling up and sending it deep to right over the fielder's head. A double for Sue, but he would not score. Another crazy play here as the pickoff throw goes to first. Then as the runner is caught off third, the throw gets away, allowing Tyler Gagnon to score. 4-1 Cal. Then with 2 on, look at Bevilacqua go way up to make a spectacular catch. He has mad hops. 7th inning, and Bronzini continues to shine. His 11th strikeout there. It's a 2-hitter with no earned runs allowed. Bronzini now 4-1 on the season with a 1.02 ERA.
Adrian Soriano here in Pacifica for the Bruce Mahoney game between Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius. The Wildcats looking to score in the first, but Jaime Gomez gets the punch out to end the inning. Sacred Heart Cathedral trying to take the lead in the second, but Josh Pashby strikes out the batter to end the threat. SI grabs the lead in the bottom half. The ball gets away from everyone, and that allows Pashby to score. 1-0 Cats. Jackson Short doubles the SI lead with a grounder through the infield for a single as Jackson Muzzik comes in to score, but Gomez buckles down from there as he gets another K here, and it's 2-0 SI after 2. Top 4 and Aiden Tackless grounds one to first. That one finds the outfield, but Malcolm Felix throws a strike at the plate to nab the runner. Still 2-0 Cats after 4. Top 5 and Lucas Kelly with a swing and a drive to left center, and that one is gone. A 2-run home run from Kelly, and it's all tied up at 2 after 5. Bottom 6 and Brendan Goodrow lines it down the left field line. That one rolls all the way to the fence as Goodrow slides in for a triple. Go take that selfie, young fella. Then Luka Dickinson crushes one to right field. The ball goes over the fence for a ground rule double as Goodrow comes in to score. 3-2 Wildcats after 6. 2 down in the 7th, and Evan Smith fields the grounder and underhands it to Lucas Tapia for the final out, and let the celebration begin. The St. Ignatius Wildcats win the game 3-2 to keep the Bruce Mahoney Trophy for another year.
U.S. Bank brings us stories each week of inspirational athletes who amaze us in all sorts of ways.
St. Francis senior Johnny Tarantino etched his name in his school's record books this football season for something that probably no athlete will ever do again. It's Saturday, April 24th, 11 a.m. first pitch between St. Francis and Bellarmine. Senior Johnny Tarantino takes the field playing in his senior season.
I grew up mainly playing baseball. It was always a big part of my life. And then once I hit about like 4th to 6th grade, I began to play youth soccer, basketball, and football. Towards sophomore year, I just took baseball and football as my main 2 sports. And I just kind of fell in love with both of them.
Coming to the plate, number 4, Johnny Tarantino.
Johnny will play baseball next year for Santa Clara University, so this won't be Johnny's last year playing baseball. This will, however, be Johnny's final day playing football. Because of COVID-19, the football season was played in the spring this year. So Johnny is the only athlete in the history of St. Francis to play both a baseball and football game in the same day.
Both Coach McGuire and Coach Calcagno said that we want to make this work with you playing both sports, especially with me being a senior and kind of all this stuff happening with COVID, with mainly both seasons taken away. They really wanted to make it work with me playing both sports.
He and I talked a long time ago about this possibility, and I was fully supportive of it. Coach Calcagno and what he does with his team and with the culture out there is just something that it's special, right? And knowing that and being around him, I was happy for him to be able to do this.
We had some, tough, frank conversations, and kind of it came out on both sides as, hey, we'll figure out a way to make it work, right? And Coach McGuire has been great in just, allowing us to borrow him, and, he goes to baseball 2 days a week or football 3 days a week or vice versa, and whatever it is to make it, get him out there to be able to do both sports that he loves.
I'm just super thankful for them. Just their support from both of them when I'm playing in the other sport has just been awesome. They're always out, usually at both games, to come watch me, and it's just been a really great experience.
Yeah, you take a risk, but it's a risk that's worth it out here, right? And he's good enough athlete that hopefully he one more to get through tonight and he'll be good.
I hope to just leave the football field with no regrets, just play as hard as I can, and it's kind of like that Allen Iverson quote where it's just play every game like it's your last, but this one really is, so hopefully go out on a good note. Hey, man. This is our last football game, bro. This is the last game.
Oh, God. Johnny goes 2 for 3 in the baseball game with a double and 2 RBIs. In the football game, he catches his final touchdown pass of his career. 2 wins, 1 day.
Definitely going out with meeting against our rivals. It's a great way to finish my high school football career. I'm excited to get going full force on baseball.
So 2 for 3 in the baseball game, a touchdown catch in his final high school football game. How cool is that?
Very cool, and I know we're going to be seeing a lot more of that as this season goes on with a variety of sports.
He probably went home and slept for the next 2 days. That's what I would do.
I bet he went out the next day and played some other sport. Yeah. Wingstop brings us the Wings of an Angel honor each week, where a student athlete talks about their favorite teacher.
Here's Abby Brooks from Tamil Pius talking about her favorite teacher, Nathan Bernstein.
My favorite teacher is probably Mr. Bernstein. He's my leadership teacher, and I really like him because he's very down to earth, and he's really cares about all of his students.
Our Wings of an Angel teacher will receive a Wingstop gift card for doing such a great job.
Wingstop is also honoring Terry Blanchard, a Wingstop owner who passed away last spring from COVID-19. Wingstop will be supporting scholarships for athletes of color in Terry's honor, those scholarships to be presented at our awards ceremony in June.
Coming up, Diablo Foothill League basketball with Acalanes taking on Miramonte.
And soccer with Pioneer and Lee. Don't go anywhere.
We've got 6 plus 1.
Wingstop for
Who ordered lunch to class? Chloe? Archie? Eleanor? Oh, so nobody will fess up? Fine. I guess I'll just have to eat it all myself. 10-piece lemon pepper with extra ranch.
Yeah, it's in there.
Awesome, thanks.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Piercy Honda, located right off Highway 880 in Milpitas, is where you will find hundreds of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Low credit score, no credit, first-time buyer? No problem, Piercy Honda can help. Find us online at piercyhonda.com to search our inventory, calculate your payments, and even complete your purchase. Piercy Honda is home to great customer service, great deals, and a more convenient way to buy a new or pre-owned Honda. Go to Piercy Honda in Milpitas.
The Guzmans were about to close on a home they adored, but at the last minute, their mortgage company denied their loan because the unusual home didn't meet their usual loan requirements. Heartbroken, they turned to Tri-Counties Bank home mortgage loan specialist Vincent Pagera, specializing in custom loans for unique homes. His team quickly designed a creative solution, uniting the Guzmans and their home just in time. That's a perfect match. For personalized problem-solving, switch
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Reiki Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. And by the Serena Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Kazine with Serena Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
We are back with action from the Diablo Foothill League, where the Acalanes Dons are trying to take an opening night win and build on that success. The Dons with impressive freshman guard Marcus Robinson scoring 10 points in that opener.
The Dons meeting a Miramonte team led by sensational senior Nii Olabode, who's averaging 21 points a game in the Mats 2 games this year. Acalanes at Miramonte Thursday night.
The Miramonte cheer squad on stage as the Mats host Acalanes. The Dons scoring early. It's Graham Smith stepping up and smoothly nailing the three-pointer. But a tight first half. It goes back and forth. Here for the Mats is James Fry, who hits 2 early first quarter threes. Later in the first, Ryan Schwartz racing the baseline to the corner. 3 ball is up and good. Mats with a 1-point lead. Here's the sophomore big man for Acalanes, Jake Davis, and you don't want to give him that. Davis perfect on the three-pointer. More Dons as Jackson Aris Dumas gets free, drives the lane for a pull-up jumper, and the foul. Nice job, Jackson. The Dons take a 14-9 first quarter lead, but the Mats answer with an and one of their own. This is Nii Olabode drawing the foul to pull the Mats within 2. Second quarter, Scott Rug from way out there. That one brought rain, and the Krug three-pointer gives the Dons a 1-point lead. The Mats lob it into Olabode. Alley-oop, and Miramonte takes a late 34-33 lead to the half. Second half, Tyler Dudo fires from a different county. That one brought snow. The deep three, part of an 11-0 Mats run early in the third. Dudo on the run and laying it in, and the foul as Miramonte starts to pull away. Whip it around to the corner for Ryan Schwartz, around and in. 21 in the game for Ryan. The Mats were led by Fry, who gets 3 of his 25 points in the game right there, as Miramonte goes to 3-0 on the season. 78-65 the final from Orinda.
We head to Lee High School next, where the Longhorns face off against Pioneer Tuesday night. Up first, Piper Pertani takes a shot downfield. Allison Amanatula chases it down, hoping to get a good shot off, but Alyssa Zerlacki comes up with the save. Here in the second, the ball is kicked downfield. Lexi Thompson tries to get a shot on goal, but Zerlacki again gives her body up with the big stop. Score is still tied at 0. This match is mostly about defense. Annie Wright attacks the goal. She tries to get a shot, but Miller Bertani never lets off the pressure. She comes up with the big stop. Finally, late in the second, Katie Borg passes it to Andrea Frias. She takes a shot and it's in. Lots of celebration as Frias scores the only goal of the night, and we have a final score. Lee 1, Pioneer nothing. Frias led the night with her 1 goal.
Senior night at Miramonte with the Matadors hosting De La Salle. In the first half, it's the Spartans' Sebastian Maza launching a terrific pass to teammate Tony Torres, who volleys it into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 De La Salle Spartans early. Later in the half, it's Iker Morales for the Spartans who sends the corner kick into the box, and junior Charlie Hogan flies in, and a terrific goal there. Just like that, it's 2-0 Spartans. Nearing the end of the first half, the Spartans keeper is out of the net. It goes to the wrong guy. That's Matador senior midfielder Giovanni D'Onofrio, who sends it in from 40 yards out to capitalize, and it's 2-1 at the half. Second half now, all De La Salle with the free kick. It's Hogan directing the pass in for his second goal of the night, and that's where we would finish, with Hogan and Torres getting the goals for the Victoria Spartans, winners 3-1 at Miramonte. Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
The scholarship phase is now ongoing with voting now live. Take a minute and go to the Lexus of Stevens Creek website to vote for your favorite volunteer. 5 of the top 10 vote getters will split $10,000 in scholarship money courtesy of Lexus of Stevens Creek.
Coming up, back to the hardwood for Moreau Catholic and James Logan.
And more girls hoops, Sacred Heart Prep taking on Pinewood. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports.
We are back with basketball now from the Mission Valley League, where the Moreau Catholic Mariners are opening their season this week, taking on league rival James Logan.
Moreau finished tied for first last season. The Colts finished tied for second. The two opening this season on Wednesday night. The Moreau Catholic Mariners kicking off the season on the road against James Logan. The Colts off to a hot start. Makayo Mims takes the pass from Logan Baltazar, and he drills it from deep to give the Colts an early lead. The Mariners try to respond, but Mims blocks it, takes it the other way, and his teammate Anthony Del Guidise cleans it up, and James Logan leads at 22-8 after 1. In the second, Moreau getting some offense going. Donovan Tynes nails the tray from deep, and the Mariners cut the deficit to 13 at the half in the second half. 6'6" senior Mata Filet turns it on, takes it coast to coast like a freight train. The monster with the two-hand slam, and he was not done. A few minutes later, he takes it down the court, throws it down for another huge dunk, and the Mariners pull within 6. It's Moreau Catholic again. Trey Knight steals it, passes it to Filet, and you guessed it, finishes with his third dunk of the quarter, capping off the huge run for the Mariners, and they lead it after 3. The Colts get back the 1-point lead with the Mims bucket and 1, but the Mariners trading blows. Filet drives to the baseline, scores with a gorgeous spin move. The Mariners here trying to tie the game with a free throw. It doesn't go, but Mata Filet comes up with the gigantic rebound and puts it back to put Moreau on top, and that was it. Mata Filet, wow. Moreau starts off the season with a big dub.
Doc Shebler and the Pinewood girls getting ready to compete. Pinewood early, Una Jovanovic to Annika Decker for 3. That's kind of what they do. The Gators get an early bucket here from Floran, but this game was never really in doubt. Here's Decker ahead to Maya Garcia, and the center for the Pinewood Panthers lays it in. Then Decker to Chance Bucher, who buries the top of the key 3. Bucher, the senior, playing very well for Pinewood. Decker, along with Courtney Thompson, make up the Bay Area's best girls guard duo. Courtney, a nice dish here to Gabby Harris, who finishes despite the bump. On the run, the Panthers go Jovanovic to Emily Lee, who had a big game for Pinewood. Decker now to Garcia to a cutting Bucher, just what the doctor ordered. Here's Decker now driving hard, then dishing to Bucher in the corner. Take a chance on Chance, and it's a pretty good bet. Bucher with 3 of her 16 points in the game. Here's Courtney Thompson, strong drive to the basket and 2. And now Court running the court and finishing as Pinewood rolls to a big win. Emily Lee leading all scorers with 22 points in the game. Pinewood, the girls are really good once again this year.
Adrian Soriano here in Newark as the Cougars take on Moreau Catholic. Daniel Ortiz on the mound for Newark in this game, and he gets a strikeout here. but Luis Becerra was dominant all day long for the Moreau Catholic Mariners. Luis gets the batter looking here for strike 3, no score after 1. Moreau Catholic gets on the board in the second. Tyler Mathewson lays down a beautiful bunt to third. Newark Memorial gets the out at first, but Alonso Guijarro scores 1-0. Then Xavier Rios demonstrating more small ball here with a check swing grounder to first. The Cougs get the out, but Becerra scores 2-0 Moreau Catholic. Newark trying to answer back in the bottom half, but Becerra again gets the backwards K here. Still 2-0 Mariners after 2. Toffo and Rios lines one to left field for a base hit. Mathewson will come in to score, and it's 3-0 Moreau Catholic after 4. To the 6th now, and Guijarro hits it to deep left field. See you later. A solo home run for Guijarro to extend the Mariners' lead to 4. The Cougars looking to rally in the bottom half, but Becerra gets his 14th punch out on the day here. 4-0 Moreau Catholic after 6. Newark Memorial loads the bases in the 7th, but Noah Zertucci fields the grounder and gets the 4s at second as the Moreau Catholic Mariners win it 4-0 behind Becerra's 6 brilliant innings on the mound.
The Harker School honors top athletes for their work in the classroom each week. This week's Harker Scholar athlete is Amrit Dhaliwal, back on the volleyball team after recovering from ACL surgery and still doing well in the classroom with a 4.3 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Harker's boys and girls varsity basketball squads both had strong performances on April 21st as the boys improved their record to 3-1 with a 50-44 win over Crystal Springs Uplands, and the girls won their season opener against Evergreen Valley High School with a score of 50-33. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Coming up, it's the CCS Monster Game with Bellarmine taking on Sarah.
And Monte Vista battling Camp Belindo. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports.
We've all felt this gap, the distance between what is and what could be. While he's tapping into his passion, the U.S. Bank mobile app can help you tap your way to your savings goals without missing a beat, so you can feed his passion. Earplugs not included. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together.
It's understandable to feel anxious, stressed, or lonely because of COVID-19. Physical separation, your own health, and the health of friends and family can weigh heavily on you. Call a timeout on work. Get a game plan for mental wellness with crucial mental health resources from CalHope. We'll help you carry the ball. Call 1-833-317-HOPE to talk to someone who can help, or visit calhope.org. CalHope, official partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
DevCon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why DevCon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. DevCon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know DevCon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. DevCon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. We're back with the West Catholic League early season matchup with Bellarmine and Sarah.
The Bells finishing in a 3-way tie for first last season with the Padres 2 games back. The two teams meeting this week in our CCS Monster Game, and Robert was there.
Monster Game, yeah. Opening night in the West Catholic League with two very talented teams squaring off. The Bellarmine Bells feature 6'9" senior Ryan Kiachian. The Cornell commit is a force on both ends of the court for the Bells and should lead his team in scoring tonight. Sarah is not a particularly tall team, but the Padres can really shoot. Expect Sarah to put up more three-point shots than you've seen in the past. Should be a great matchup as West Catholic League play opens up in tonight's CCS monster game. Early in the first, and Katchian is making his mark. A nice little hook shot. I love the hook shot. The Padres right back at him, though, as Chris Garcia nails the three. But more Katchian early. Ryan backing in the defender, and then that jump hook. Very well done as the Bells lead at 10-7. And the Bells continue to pull away cross court to Katchian, who shows his range. Ryan would have a big night. Bells in transition, pass it ahead to Josh Wolfblum, who spins and banks it home. Nice play, Josh. Good Bell D here as Cole Despy gets to steal Nate Teresi all the way to the rim with a baby dunk. 27 Bells. Later in the second, Wolfblum hands it off to Despy for a long three. Despy finished with 11 in the game. The Padres battling to stay in it. Garcia, another three for Serra. So it's a 15-point Bell lead at the half. Second half, the Padres make a run. Garrett Kihani for three to cut the lead to 12. Right back at him is Bellerman. Teresi for three. Splash. Serra would get as close as 7 points in the second half. Nice sidestep three right here for Brady Smith. And then working to get open is Dimitri Katsageorgis, and Dimitri is money. But the Bells extend their lead late. Gino Kresge to Katchian, and Ryan was flying with a reverse rip. Garrett Kihani with a nice game for the Padres with three of his team-high 12 points right there. But the Bells will get an opening night win. Theron Braylett all the way to the rim. 59-48 is your final. A big night for Katchian, who was happy to be back in a real game.
It's definitely a privilege. A lot of us didn't think we'd be able to play. So we're all very excited. We got out on the court and we get to play with our guys one last time. And I think that it's a privilege just to be in the gym with all these people because it's my last year and I want to spend it in the court with my guys.
The Monte Vista Mustangs taking the court against Campolindo. The Cougars up early in a tight first set. Kate Dendinger to Laura Studebaker to Molly Mitchell, and the senior rips it home. Monte Vista keeping it close. Madeline Doolittle to Emma Stettschulte to Amory Dollywall for the kill. The Mustangs playing energetic defense early. Cameron Clisby to Alice LeJensen to Madeline Doolittle. All that effort pays off later in the point as Clisby gets it to Luca Berg over to Gianna Zerko, who tips it over for the Mustang point. Midway through the first now as Doolittle serves, it goes to Dendinger over to Studebaker with a deep set to Mitchell, who knocks it off the block for the Cougars point. The Mustangs make a run later in the first as Zerko gets three aces in a row as the Mustangs take a 1-point lead, but Campo retakes the lead. At the net is senior Kate Dendinger putting up the roof. More Campo as Brianna Lee gets it to Studebaker, who really drives this team. Over to Mitchell off the block. Molly had a big night for Campo. The Cougars take the first 25-22. Second set, more Campo lead to Studebaker, back to Dendinger. Another Cougar point as Campolindo will win this in 3 straight sets. Lee now to Studebaker to Mitchell, who gets way up for this kill. Mitchell finishing the night with 17 kills for the Campolindo Cougars. Studebaker adding 27 assists for the victorious Campo Cougars. Coming up to the best in Bay Area baseball as Mitty meets St. Francis.
And this former Heritage pitcher now playing in the major leagues. Our Clover Sonoma Dairy Deja Mu segment is next.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Clover Sonoma, the #1 milk brand in Northern California and proud partners of the 49ers. And by Devcon Construction, build, perform, design, sustain.
The St. Francis Lancers are having a fine season with a 7-2 overall record, 3-0 in the West Catholic League. We're talking baseball here.
That's right. We met Johnny Tarantino earlier in the show. Well, he and his Lancers hosting 6-2 Mitty in the second game of a 3-game set on Thursday.
Adrian Soriano here in Mountain View as Mitty takes on St. Francis. The Monarchs get on the board first. In the first, Chris Stevaletti lines one to left for a base hit. Matthew Halbach scores 1-0 Mitty. Next batter, TJ Hayes, and TJ hits a sharp liner off second base and into the outfield. Antonio Cabrera and Stevaletti comes in to score 3-0 Mitty after 1. The Lancers looking to cut into the lead, but Jake Geis gets a strikeout here, 3-0 Mitty after 3. Bottom 4 and the Lancers begin the rally. Max Ross hits one to the opposite field. The ball goes all the way to the fence. It's a double for Max. Then it's our U.S. Bank inspirational athlete Johnny Tarantino with a sizzling shot to right field. The ball gets past everybody as Ross comes in. 3-1 Monarchs. Will Florio keeps the line moving with a shot to left. Here comes the throw, but Johnny will slide it safely at the plate to cut the lead in half. Floria would score just a few minutes later thanks to Wyatt King, who crushes it deep to center field. This one will bounce over the fence for a ground rule double, and it's all tied up at 3. Elias Duncan up next, and Elias hits it to right for a base hit. Christian Galvez and King scores as the Lancers take a 5-3 lead after 5. Mitty looking to tie it up in the 7th, but Jack Sardi gets the punch out for the final out of the game as St. Francis rallies back in the 5th inning to win the game 5-3.
Time for the Be Happy Play, brought to us by DGDG.com, where you can be a happy car buyer.
This week's Be Happy Play goes to the St. Ignatius Wildcats, winners of the big game in baseball this week against Sacred Heart, to take home the Bruce Mahoney Trophy for this year, and they were very happy about it. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer. It's Deja Mu. Clover Sonoma Dairy helps us look back at high school stars now grazing in bigger fields.
This week, we catch up with former Heritage pitcher Paul Blackburn. Paul was great for the Patriots in high school, leading his team to the NCS title game in 2012 with a 10-3 record and 0.93 ERA. Paul also hit .347 that season. Paul was taken in the first round of the 2012 Major League Draft by the Chicago Cubs. After spending time in Seattle, Blackburn was traded to the Oakland A's, where he took a line drive off of his hand in 2017. Right now, Paul is at the A's alternate site in Stockton, hoping for a call-up.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but we'll have to wait and see.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rankin Center.
I'm Andrew Havili, and today's training tip is a medicine ball slam. Ella's going to reach the medicine ball up, slam it down, and land like she's landing off of a jump. Okay, so this is to replicate how you would land if you were jumping way up and landing with force. Go ahead again. If you want to progress it, you can go a split slam, you can step into it, do whatever you want to do. This is a medicine ball slam.
Lots of great plays this week, but the Service by Medallion Play of the Week always goes to the play we thought was the best of the best.
Our Adrian Soriano is going to count down the contenders and then name the best play from this past week.
Play of the week.
We start off with Salesians DeMarshe Johnson with the big dunk to start off the game. Mata Filet with a one-handed rip. Pump it up, young man. Jamie Hicks for Mitty with a diving catch at third. That was nice. How about Bellarmine's Ryan Kiashin's 180 dunk? Somebody get this man to a dunk contest. Luca Bevilacqua from Doherty Valley leaping up high for the catch. But the play of the week goes to Charlie Hogan's volley goal for the Spartans. Let's see it one more time. Charlie Hogan with the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We will meet the football player who also is a concert pianist. Really cool. We'll see you then.